Trivia Night. Welcome to Fitzy Pub Trivia. Proudly sponsored by Sisters for Prevention. Federal grants for cancer research are not sufficient to conduct primary prevention clinical trials. Philanthropic monies are essential to keep researchers' lab supplied and staffed. Cancer can be prevented, but presently the primary focus is on treatment. Help us reach our goal of the primary prevention of women's cancers so no treatment is ever necessary. Thank you and enjoy the quiz. Any donation would be much appreciated. Even $1 will help us save lives. And the donation site is give.ccf.org/team/320020. And to read more about Dr. Tui's work and for some tips on breast cancer survival, please visit my website at www.sistersforprevention.com. Here we go. Well, welcome to Fitzgerald's Pub. With the COVID shutdown happening, we can only dream of going to Ireland. So let's take a virtual trip there to one of my favorite spots, a place called Temple Bar, where there's always lots of music and lots of people enjoying just a really good time. Come on in, take a seat at the bar, where the beer is always cold and the faces are always warm and friendly. To get us in the mood, let's go inside and see what's going on. Looks like a crowd is gathered, and it looks like there's a session going on. Let's peek in for a few minutes before we start our quiz. Okay, the manager said I've got to get going, so here we go. So, how to play. The game will have 4 rounds. In each round, players are allowed to assign the following points to questions: 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. There'll also only be 5 questions in each round. Each point value may only be used once per round. Assign these points at the end of the round. For example, you would assign 10 points to the answer that you are most sure of, 8 points to the next, and so on. You would assign 2 points to the question you are most unsure of. We'll correct the answers at the end of each round so you can see where you stand. In the bonus round, you may wager from 1 to 25 points. These points will either be added or subtracted accordingly, whether your answer is correct or not. If you choose not to answer the bonus question, you automatically get it wrong for 1 point. The main objection is to have fun, and we might even get smart. Round 1. Maritime disasters, the most famous of which is the doomed Titanic. And there she is. And there she goes. So, on that note, although there were approximately 2,208 passengers on board the Titanic, what was her lifeboat capacity? Was it 1178, 1060, 1102, or 986? Your choices are 1178, 1060, 1102, or 986. I'll give you some time to think. What first-class passenger gave up his lifeboat seat to a woman with a baby? Was it John Jacob Astor, Commodore Vanderbilt, Benjamin Guggenheim, or Thomas Andrews? John Jacob Astor, Commodore Vanderbilt, Benjamin Guggenheim, or Thomas Andrews? Who was the officer of the watch when Titanic hit the iceberg? First Officer Murdoch, Captain Smith, Third Officer Pittman, or Chief Officer Wilde? First Officer Murdoch, Captain Smith, Third Officer Pittman, or Chief Officer Wilde? Here are your clues. You are to tell me the name of the ship. Lake Superior, 1975, Big Storm, Gordon Lightfoot. Tell me the name of the ship. Was it the Andrea Gail, the Edmund Fitzgerald, the Prince William V, or the John M. Osborne? Andrea Gail, Edmund Fitzgerald, Prince William V, or John M. Osborne? And the last question in this round. Which of these disasters happened first? The sinking of the Lusitania, the sinking of the Andrea Doria, the sinking of the Britannic, or the sinking of the Olympic? The sinking of the Lusitania, sinking of the Andrea Doria, the sinking of the Britannic, or the sinking of the Olympic? Okay, at the end of each round, I'm going to give you a 2-minute break so you can discuss your answers with your group, and then you're going to be able to finalize your answers and assign the points. I'm going to play some soft music. I would have preferred to put in some other themed music, but copyright laws are a bit challenging. So you can mute this if you want to talk about it, but if there are several groups playing together, it's best to have some music in the background so you can talk. Okay, guys, time is up. Okay, let's see how you did. Although there were approximately 2,208 passengers on board Titanic, what was her lifeboat capacity? Your choices? And the answer is 1178. What first-class passenger gave up his lifeboat seat to a woman with a baby? Your choices were, and the correct answer is John Jacob Astor. Unfortunately, he was on board with his new bride en route to their beautiful new mansion in Newport, Rhode Island, which he would never see. Okay, the ill-fated officer who was on duty during the Titanic hitting the iceberg. These were your choices, and the answer is First Officer Murdoch. Unfortunately, he turned, and had he not turned, they would have hit it head-on, and there wouldn't have been as much damage, and the ship would not have sunk. I'll give you these clues. Lake Superior, 1975, big storm, Gordon Lightfoot. Your choices? And the answer is the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the Gordon Lightfoot song is The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the last question in this round, which of these disasters happened first? And the answer is the sinking of the Lusitania. I hope you did well in that round. Add up your score. And we're going on to round 2. Round 2, our category is Science and Nature. Question 1. In what month is Earth closest to the sun? Is it May, October, January, or August? May, October, January, or August? Which nut is actually used to make dynamite? Peanuts, walnuts, pine nuts, or almonds? Peanuts, walnuts, pine nuts, or almonds? What is the only U.S. state to grow coffee beans? California, New Mexico, Hawaii, or Arizona? California, New Mexico, Hawaii, or Arizona? How many flowers do honeybees need to visit in order to make 1 pound of honey? 1 million, 500,000, 2 million, or 750,000? 1 million, 500,000, 2 million, or 750,000? And our last question in this round. According to a Harvard study, what do dogs dream about? Guess they don't have much to do at Harvard. Treats, bones, their owner, or being petted. Isn't that a cute little puppy? Treats, bones, their owner, or being petted. Okay, it's time for our 2-minute break. You're going to we're pausing so you can assign your points and finalize your team answers. And here's your timer. And here's some music. Okay, guys, let's check your answers. Time is up. In what month is Earth closest to the sun? These were your choices. And the answer is January. January. Wouldn't seem like it, but that's what it is. Okay. Which nut is used to make dynamite? Peanuts. Your choices: walnuts, pine nuts, or almonds. And the correct answer is peanuts. Kind of a surprise. I didn't realize that. I don't know if you did. What is the only U.S. state to grow coffee beans? These were your choices. And the correct answer is Hawaii. Supposed to go there before COVID hit. And now, who knows? How many flowers do honeybees need to visit in order to make 1 pound of honey? Here were your choices. And the correct answer is 2 million. Wow. I guess that's where busy as a bee comes from. And our cute little puppy who studied at Harvard. According to the Harvard study, what do dogs dream about? And these were your choices. And sweetly, this is what they dream about. Their owners, or their mamas and their daddies. Okay. It's halftime, folks. So we give you 2 minutes to refresh your beverage, get a stretch, or take care of whatever you need to take care of for 2 minutes. So just relax. Hope you enjoyed that beautiful song. It brings back memories for me when my young boys were not young now, but they were taking piano lessons. I used to love to hear them practice that song. Okay, round 3. Your category is people, places, and things. What was the first original Disney song to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song? And here are your choices. Someday My Prince Will Come, Once Upon a Dream, When You Wish Upon a Star, or Be Our Guest. Someday My Prince Will Come, Once Upon a Dream, When You Wish Upon a Star, and Be Our Guest. Who was the first person to appear on Time magazine over 50 times? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Winston Churchill, or Richard Nixon? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Winston Churchill, or Richard Nixon? What city in Thailand is called the City of Angels? Phuket, Pattaya, Chiang Rai, or Bangkok? Phuket, Pattaya, Chiang Rai, or Bangkok? After Dr. Seuss wrote The Cat in the Hat using just 225 different words, his publisher bet he couldn't write a book with even fewer. Dr. Seuss won the bet by writing this book, which uses just 50 words. Name the book. And sorry guys, this is not multiple choice. So after Dr. Seuss wrote The Cat in the Hat using just 225 different words, his publisher bet him he couldn't write a book with even fewer. Dr. Seuss won the bet by writing this book, which uses just 50 words. Name the book. Three presidents, all founding fathers, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe, all died on the same date or day. Which of the following is the day they died? D-Day, June the 6th, July the 4th, President's Day, or Election Day? Which of these day or dates did all three founding fathers pass away on? June the 6th, July the 4th, President's Day, or Election Day? Believe it or not, we've come to the end of round 3. Again, your 2-minute break so you can pause to assign points and finalize your answers. And here we go. Five seconds. Time's up. Okay. What was the first original Disney song to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song? And these were your choices. And the answer is When You Wish Upon a Star. Who was the first person to appear on Time magazine over 50 times? Here are your choices. And the correct answer is Richard Nixon, for some obvious reasons. That Watergate scandal, I remember it well. I was a senior in high school. And what city in Thailand is called the City of Angels? Beautiful Thailand. Here was your choices. Bangkok was the correct answer. Bangkok. And good old Dr. Seuss. After he wrote The Cat in the Hat with just 225 words, his publisher bet he couldn't write a book with even fewer. He actually wrote this book uses only 50 words, and the correct answer is Green Eggs and Ham. And our founding fathers all met their demise on the same day. And what was that day or date? Here's were your choices. And the correct answer is July 4th. Hopefully you got that, you guys. It sort of makes sense, but sometimes the answers don't make sense, so. And here we are in our final round. And the category is food and drink. In an iconic Nothing But Net McDonald's commercial, who played a game of horse with Michael Jordan? Your choices are Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, or Karl Malone. Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, or Karl Malone. Coconut water can be used as what during a medical emergency? Here are your choices. Wound cleaning, blood plasma, IV fluid, or hydration. Wound cleaning, blood plasma, IV fluid, or for hydration. How many rows are there in an ear of corn? Have you counted them? Here are your choices. 10, 12, 20, or 16. 10, 12, 20, or 16. Eating too much of what common spice has the effect of a hallucinogenic drug? We're all going to run out and buy some of this stuff. Nutmeg, coriander, mustard seed, or oregano. Now you're not smoking it, guys. You are eating it. Is it nutmeg, coriander, mustard seed, or oregano? Excuse me. There were 3 foods that were the first to be rationed in World War II. Name 2 of the 3. And sorry guys, but this is not multiple choice. 3 foods that were rationed, first to be rationed in World War II. Name 2 of the 3. And it's again your break to assign your points and finalize your team answers. I will start the timer and provide some music.
10 seconds. And time is up. Let's see how you did. In the iconic Nothing But Net McDonald's commercial, who played a game of horse with Michael Jordan? And these were your choices. And the correct answer is Larry Bird. Wonderful, great player for the Boston Celtics. Coconut water can be used as what during a medical emergency? And here are your choices. And the correct answer is blood plasma. That really surprised me. I looked it up. Actually, they used it in World War II when they couldn't transport wounded soldiers quick enough. They could keep them alive using it. Amazing. And I'm sure you're going to count this next time you have an ear of corn. How many rows are there in an ear of corn? Here were your choices. And the correct answer is, and my husband actually counted this the other day, and it was indeed 16. Now the spice we're all going to run out and buy because it has the effect of a hallucinogenic drug when you eat it, not smoke it, eat it. And here are your choices. And the correct answer is nutmeg, believe it or not. It's probably why the recipes never call for much of nutmeg, but there you have it. And rationing in World War II. What were two of the three of the first foods that were rationed in World War II? And the three were bacon, butter, and sugar. I would have thought flour too, but those were the first three. And we are at nearly the end of the quiz. So you're going to add up your points, and if you're playing with multiple teams, you're going to report your team scores to the other teams so they know how to plan their wager. And the category for our final question is movies. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to decide on your wager. If you need longer than that, just pause the video.
If you're playing against yourself, which we've been doing at home, we usually just wager the points and then keep our scores from week to week, see if we can beat ourselves. But I'm hoping people will post their scores in their comments, and then you can sort of play against each other. Okay, our final question of the night. How many minutes long is the total running time of the 1972 film, The Godfather? Here are your choices: 150 minutes, 165 minutes, 178 minutes, or 210 minutes. I'll give you a little music, and I'm going to give you about a minute to answer this question. Okay, folks. How many minutes long is the total running time of the 1972 film, The Godfather? And here are your choices. And the correct answer is 172 minutes. So either add or subtract your points if you got the answer correct or not, or if you decided not to answer and decided to just take it wrong, just subtract 1 point. And our time together is coming to a close. I'll ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting new quizzes on Fridays. This one was my first one, and so I was a little off with timing. Please again visit my website, which has lots of breast cancer tips. If you know someone that's been newly diagnosed, I have lots of information that might be helpful for them at www.sistersforprevention.com. And if you can, please take advantage of my quizzes for free. But if you can, we'd really appreciate a donation at ccf.org/team/320020. Any donation will help us end breast and ovarian cancer. $1 would be totally and overwhelmingly appreciated. And I leave you till next time. Good night.